honestly, most people are listening aren't looking to be bodybuilders or anything like that. They want the longevity benefits that strength training provides. So over the years, what has changed from your strength training routines that lend themselves more towards like longevity benefits compared to when you were maybe more towards figure benefits and performance benefits?
Yeah. So I had a professional career in bodybuilding. I was a professional physique bodybuilder in the IFBB early as a youngin. Seems like a lifetime ago. That was in my I turned pro when I was 20, and so that was my early 20s were spent doing that, right? So my sole focus of training was purely on the aesthetic, purely on how I not only look day to day, but how I present myself in over the next 6 months on this one day at this one time, right? And so everything was leading into those moments and preparing myself for to look the absolute best at all times. And so now it's more about understanding again, like the benefits of strength training and the benefits of these modalities of physical activity are only rewarded if we are able to continue to do them throughout our life,
Mm.
right? It doesn't matter that you lift it every day. If you're in your 40s, it doesn't matter. You're obviously in a better position if you didn't than if you didn't, but it matters less that you've trained, a ton when you're 20 to 25, but now you're 45 and you've lost all that muscle, you've lost all that strength. It's not a moot point. It's not that that didn't count for, that was all for nothing, but in a big way, it was kind of, you're not benefiting, you're not reaping the benefits of that any longer. Like it's something that you have to stay consistent with. And so I've taken an approach more recently after kind of hanging up the board shorts, if you will. After hanging up the bodybuilding career, it's really been focused on consistency and adherence to things that again put me through full ranges of motion, help me maintain strength, help me maintain enough of what I need aesthetically to have this self-confidence that my self-confidence, I've learned this as I've gotten older because I went through a period of after. I think a lot of people after they stop bodybuilding or doing something like that, you tend to kind of like you're at one extreme and you tend to go towards the other extreme. And I went through months and months without training and all of that stuff. And I learned that, oh, I need this to feel like myself. I need this to feel good. I need this to actually not be in pain. And because as soon as I stopped training, I lost muscle, I lost strength, I lost mobility. I found that I was actually in more pain. It wasn't muscular, it wasn't aches and pains, muscular soreness from training anymore. It was like true injury feeling type of stuff around my body. And I was like, wow, this isn't good at all. And so the big part of kind of how I transition more towards a longevity approach is having a mantra of live to train another day. I like to push myself, but if there's ever a question of, ooh, is the juice worth the squeeze on this last set, or should I take this last set to failure like it's prescribed? I'm not actually feeling it today. It's being honest with myself and allowing myself those moments of I just live to train another day. It's not worth it. Um, and that isn't to say that I want to allow weeks and months to pass and having those excuses creep up in my head, because I also want to show up in the way that I want to show up, and I want to keep the promises that I've made to myself. And if I've written it down, if I've programmed it for myself in that way, I know I'm capable of doing it. But there are those days, there's some weeks that go by that are just, now I've got in here. I did 80% of this. I feel good about that. That's great. That's going to keep me where I want to be. And again, live to train another day.